Good evening everybody, welcome back to Contest of Speed Tier 3 from what appears to be a scorching Spielberg circuit in the mountains of Austria. My name is Dan, I'll be your commentator this evening, as always for Tier 3, and again, as always, sat alongside me is Matt.
Good evening mate, hope you are well. Yeah, it should be an interesting one this evening. I think it's actually going to be a bit of a closer battle for pole than normal, if that's hard to believe. But
well, it's a short track, isn't it? Less time, less space even to lose time, and more opportunities to gain it.
Pole time should be quick as well. Some of these guys have been ridiculously quick this week. I'm expecting a 1:04.2 or 3 as pole. So.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. That's way quicker than I'm going to manage.
Oh, me and you both, mate.
Yeah, I'm not looking good this week in terms of pace. My only hope is probably penalties.
But you have an excellent excuse, so that's fine.
Well, it depends if I'm going to use it or not. I might not.
Use the wheel, you'll be fine.
Well, we'll see how we go. To be honest, I've managed to get it down to about half a second off now, so I think we're getting close.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I mean the big help was actually, well, before I tell you, I need to change my audio settings because this is way too quiet. Yeah, the first thing that helped me was with the brake pedal. You actually get a little foam stopper underneath it, presumably for people who want to run ABS and then can top mount their pedals. So, but the way mine's set up, it's bottom mounted, so you have to press down on it. So I was braying my foot into the carpet trying to compress this foam down, not realising that I can just take it out. Yeah, anyway, it has now come out. I have readjusted my brake pedal, so that cut me about 7/10 off straight away. Right, watching Rick come round for his first lap, although I'm not so sure it's going to be a quick one. He's not pushing on it, so he's either invalidated early on or he's going to go for 2 out laps, which would be interesting.
Right, I would move your car pretty quickly, Sunshine. No, more than that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get in trouble. You need to keep moving.
Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Good lap, well done.
And Rick's come back into the pits.
I'm gonna quick look at the side gates for that. The Mercedes, yes they did. I did think they did the.
Yeah, they've done the toe, haven't they?
They've done the toe. What's he got away with it? Let's see.
Side gate, and then Thomas invalidated, I think.
No, he.
Oh, was he towing? He did
yeah,
the toe. Okay, so now he's probably going to have the toe back off Sidegate then.
I think what these guys are going to realise, 17 on track. You know, it's not a full grid, but it's still going to be a lot of traffic.
Speaking of those 3, we're missing both Renaults, so Justin and Stonewall Seth, and then we're missing Dan Hilton in the Williams, who is recovering from his hand operation. So we wish him, we wish him a speedy recovery.
What else have we got? There is some certain naughty individuals that need to be addressed.
Yeah, Remkonen has a qualifying ban for retiring on track last week. He is allowed to go out on track, of course, and do a couple of laps, but he's not allowed to set a time. If he does so, he will be disqualified from the whole race. So
if you're leaving, don't do that.
Don't do it. And Thomas went round 104.9 for that lap, and he got the toe early on, but I think he'd just taken the best out of those tyres, if I'm honest.
The usual candidates near the top, what a surprise.
I
think Team Stumpy are quietly confident actually this week.
I think Team Stumpy are going to be very confident. Stumpy off the back of 2 great results, 2nd place in Germany and a win in Singapore. Tichy's been playing the team game in the last couple of weeks, but he'll be hoping to get himself back near the front. KV as well, good couple of results for him.
practicing with Titchy this week. He seems to be, feeling himself a lot more confidence around this circuit. It seems to be one of his stronger ones in the cannon. So hopefully he can deliver a decent performance.
And we've got Steve bailing out of his lap. Camping Docks is on a run though. Watching through this middle sector. Sorry. Well, I'm sure the viewers will be glad that you've spared their eardrums. Which, by the way, and I don't know why that reminds me, everybody, tonight we need to try and hit 50 viewers before the end of the year, please. I want to take the record off Thomas and off Lewis. I want to try and put it beyond their reach. So if there's anybody sat in your house, get their phones on it. Get every device possible on it in your house with someone watching. We want to get to 50, so we're 21 at the moment. Yep, Camping Ducks went P5, 104.9, narrowly ahead of Thomas. Stumpy, he's the man I want to have a look at. 45.1 through the middle sector. Not sure how quick that's going to end up being. We'll see. 2 corners to go. Ooh, maybe run. He's run wide. Final corner. That might invalidate his lap. It doesn't. 104.8 for the Welshman. Look at that. Alpha McLaren, Alpha McLaren.
Now, if Rick gets it into the 8th, it will be Mercedes Torosso.
Indeed it will. I just want to point out, look at the man in P9, Pure Blades. Great effort from the young man. Gets himself into the top 10. So we've got Rick coming round to complete his first full lap. 104.7, puts himself third. Great lap from the Dutchman.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been slagging Blades off this week.
Maybe? Well, most people normally do.
I said he's got to be starting to score some points, you know.
Yeah, he does, to be fair. He's letting you boys down.
We're only teasing. But it would be nice.
I mean, are we? Are we? There we are. Steve in the Red Bull. See if he can actually put a lap together now. Get himself up the field. Been a couple of poor results for Steve since he's come back to cause. He's a man looking to prove himself.
I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of expected a bit better. I know that sounds harsh, but...
Well, formerly Tier 2 driver.
I was going to say, no Steve's capabilities before he left the league. He was fighting for podiums and the odd occasion actually a win.
Yeah. Although there was an issue with the controller of to understand, but
I think, wasn't it?
yeah, that's the one in, and there we go, 104.7. That's better from Steve. Puts himself up to third place.
That's more like it. There
just for Rosa to depose him seconds later. And oh, Thomas. Come on. How have we dropped to 13 viewers? Come on, we had 21 a minute ago. What's going on here, lads?
I can have a legitimate reason for that.
Go on.
Watching the America's Tier the other night, and for some reason, I don't know whether it's Twitch or whether it was us, it was freezing, so you basically paused the stream, which meant what you guys meant it probably lost a viewer instead of having to restart the stream.
Ah, interesting. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's going down, so I don't know what's happening. Because let's be honest, who wants to miss a Tier 3 contest?
Oh no, these boys always bring us some brilliant racing. Sometimes they bring us some terrible racing, but it's always fun to watch.
Exactly.
Let's see what KV can do. Coming up towards the second sector split now. down. He's backed out of his lap. He's a lot slower. Let's see if he's going to be a naughty boy with the pit entry, or is he going to go again? No, he's a good lad. He's our KV. Straight in through the white lines. We have told the drivers to keep within those white lines on the pit entry, just because it's potentially dangerous otherwise. And we don't want any unfortunate accidents with people entering the pit lane. On board with Millsies now. He's 3/10 up on his previous best, but he is getting some traffic with Blades ahead of him. And I think Blades just got caught. Uh-oh.
I would say that was panic, if I've ever seen it.
Uh-oh. Someone might be in trouble. I'm not a grass. I was just on board with Millsies. You know, he just wasn't where he was supposed to be.
Ooh. The Toros's doing the toe.
Are they? Yep. Camping Duck's getting out of the way of his teammate. I'm going on board with Cookie. Man flying under the radar at the minute. Poor results in the last 2 races. Wants to get himself.
Yeah, the go big or go home motto from Cookie.
Don't know what his pace is like. Yeah. Oh, Cookie's another one. Oh, I'm catching them all out. Camping Ducks as well, I think, just knackered it, but I didn't quite catch it. Ooh, it's brilliant. It does improve. Stumpy has invalidated and is down on his time.
That's strange. So on the display it came up with a 104.600, and on the timing screens on the left hand side it comes as a 0.59. Generous.
Very. Titchy now heading into sector 2. The slower, more twisty section, even though this whole track is one of the circuits on the calendar where you spend the majority of your time with your foot planted. If someone wants to correct me, I believe it's second only to Monza in terms of percentage of the time spent on the accelerator.
Spa?
Maybe Spa, yeah. It's a shame we don't have two Spell in the chat. Normally he'd be the man to watch for something like this.
Would you say it's between... So it's going to be between 4, and it would be Austria, Monza, Spa, and I would say Gran Bretagna.
Yeah, Silverstone would be quite a good one.
Steve is about to finish his lap, marginally down, or runs a bit wide. See if he gets away with it. Doesn't improve.
Oh, the Ferrari's doing the toe now as well. KV leading Forza Fredo. Make a bit of a hash of getting out of the way, but I think Fredo will benefit.
So everyone's on the soft tyre, so that's
yeah, well,
just one or two things.
Well, it's either a damp start to the race, although I'm assuming with the KV getting out a little bit out of shape there. Yeah, I would assume that it's going to be a dry race, if I'm honest, because I think the times we're getting. Whoa, Forza Fredo very wide through the final corner. Did improve by half a second, but invalidated by running wide.
And Bossman improves. Last second still puts him only 50.
Yep. So everyone has set a time right now, apart from Remconin, who is forbidden to do so. Yeah, I think the majority of the race is going to be dry anyway, with the times we're seeing. Although Ricky was predicting a 4.1 earlier, so 104.1 that is. So 3/10 off, maybe a...
Possible. I think it's possible, actually.
It could happen, yeah. All those top guys are in the pits now.
Yeah, I'd be looking at the likes of Tichy, Thomas, both of them McLarens. Possibly Rick, maybe Stumpy.
Yeah, you could see KV pull a lap out if he can really nail one.
Oh, Blades improves.
Blades improves to put himself back into P9. Go on, lad.
Look what happens when you're not asleep.
Oh, Steve's in the chat. He says wet second half of the race.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Let me have a look
I
back.
can't wait.
He says I missed his message. Let me have a look back. It'll be when I was trying to sort the stream out. Good man, Perry, subscribing again.
2 months in a row.
Good man. And Cookie's DRS was stuck wide open, apparently.
You cheating
Individual. Individual. Right, Team Stumpchi have gone out earlier than the rest of the front runners, so we'll jump across to them in a minute. We've got Connell coming round.
Bad idea.
No, potentially. Could get themselves some free air.
That's an invalidation, Stumpy. You'd be lucky if you still got that time at the end of that. Still going for it. That means you probably got away with it.
Let's wait and see. We'll jump across to him in just a moment. Connell coming across the line. Goes 2 tenths quicker. Yeah, and Stumpy is down.
If not, I'm taking that line tomorrow. Jesus.
Titchy though, let's ride on board with him for this final lap. We'll leave the Delta up in the top right hand corner. Through turn 1, now you've got to power up the hill. Turn 2 is this little left hand kink in front of us officially, but we're not going to count it here, so turn 2 will actually be this right hander here. Hard braking up the hill. You're going to be careful on the exit. The adverse camber can cause you to lose the rear end. To the third DRS zone, down towards turn 3.
Oh, come on, you got to keep that car moving.
Into the second sector now, into the twisty section, to the long apex of 5, well 4 for us, and the long chicane of 5 and 6. He's got 2 corners to go now. Oh, he's cut the final corner. That's gonna go badly for him.
Ross is not improving.
Tichy hasn't improved. Thomas is on level at the moment. We are with the Mercedes man.
I think Ross has just got away with that one.
Let's see. Yeah, Thomas is still going. I missed his sector 2 Delta. You'll have all seen it on stream.
Keep it clean, Stumpy. Come on. Oh, he's run wide. No.
And here comes Thomas though. Thomas improves and puts, but not enough. Titchy's still on pole. Where's Cookie? Cookie's backed out of his. What about Cygate? 1 corner to go. He's run wide. Is he going to nail it? Not enough from Cygate. What about Rick? He's 2 tenths down through sector 1. What about sector 2? 1.5 tenths down. He's gaining time. Is it going to be enough? 2 corners to go. Runs wide on the exit, and he's backed out of the lap. Would have improved as well by the look of things, but Rick stays P4. What about Raid Con? He's backed out of his lap. Pure Blades, he's backed out of his lap. Starting P11, prime position some people would say, and that's going to be it then. Those 2 guys have backed out. Raycon weaving to the line, and that's all she wrote. So Tichy takes pole in the Alfa Romeo, from Thomas in 2nd, Rosa in 3rd, Manirik in 4th, Stumpy in 5th. Camping Nux P6, Steve best qualifying since he returned to COS, I believe, in P7, Cygate P8, Eat the Cookie P9, he'll be disappointed with that one, and Raidcon in 10th place. Those guys will all be starting on the soft tyre, assuming that the race start is dry. As much as Steve says that half the race will be wet, he did say second half, so we would assume it will be dry. Pure Blades, KV, Forza Fredo, Connell, Bossman, Millsies and Remconin will have free choice of tyres for the race. and I'll be honest, I think those guys are in the better position.
I think they are.
Because if that rain's coming second half of the race, would you be tempted to bolt a set of hards on and go for it, or even a set of mediums?
Mediums.
Yeah, mediums and then go for it.
I did something stupid the other day, like 24, 5 laps, maybe more. No, it's more than that. 27 laps. I think I did a medium the other day. So yeah, if it's definitely second half, I'll be going mediums.
Yeah, I would definitely be in a similar position, I think. So,
as we expected though, very close.
Very, very close indeed. Let's have a look in the chat, see what people are saying. Blank is in the chat. He says Tichy, Stumpy and Rosa as the top 3. It's not a bad shout. I think Thomas will have something to say about it though. Oh, look at the weather change. It's gotten real cloudy now. That rain imminent.
That's the thing though. The graphic will say, oh yeah, it's coming mid-race, and it may come earlier. It's known to do that, or it's known to come later.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to say, go back to Russia.
Yeah. Oh, well, I made that gamble way too soon.
Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it?
You never know. Ricky says mediums are an interceptor would be prime, and it's Cookie.
No,
or was it Cygate? Cygate back to his old ways from last season. Blank says turn 1 massacre from P8 backwards. That again is highly probable for this dance.
I mean, I think I've had 2 practice races, and both times I've been punted from behind, so yeah.
Good man, Ricky, subscribing at tier 1. That's what we like to see.
God.
Right.
Good to have a welcome back.
Certainly is.
A monster.
Yep. He'll be looking to get himself back in a race seat as soon as possible. So, tyre selection then. Everybody outside the top 10, apart from Connell, is on the medium tyre. Connell himself is on the soft tyre. So, whether that's some tactical plays from him, maybe he's going to go soft before the rain, or maybe he's going to gamble on the rain coming sooner and being able to push forward on those tyres. We'll have to wait and see. The rest of the guys, of course, on soft tyres that they qualified on.
Be interesting, especially if that rain does come early and those guys thought it was going to come later in the race. How they're going to do on their dry setups.
Yeah,
We're presuming dry setups, they may not have a dry setup in time. You never know.
I think the guys who well, it depends how heavy the rain's going to be. If it's just oh, blank rain in 5 minutes, he says.
Really?
Oh.
Wow. Okay. So
rain in 5 minutes, he said. So that puts Connell on a great strategy if that's true.
Yeah, but the problem is if it's raining in 5 minutes, why would those guys go on to mediums?
Well, they won't have known the delta, will they? Until the rain came, they'll have just gone on mediums because. I mean, you just would at that position if it's supposed to be the second half of the race. Yeah, look, Blade says it was supposed to be 20 minutes before the when he had a look before the race, and now it says 5. So what you said earlier, it's known to come earlier in the race. That's come true.
Probably better than the softs in that transition period, but it doesn't matter.
No, let's wait and see. 5 red lights are out. We'll wait for the glitch. And away we go in Tier 3 for the last time in 2019. It's a great start from Tichy. Goes for the typical Shumi chop across to stop Thomas coming through. And we've got a Toro Rosso round its camping docks. But apart from that, it looks like everyone's got through cleanly.
It was fairly clean actually, apart from that little...
Rosa challenging Rick round the outside of turn 2, and there's a Red Bull into the back of him. There's wing damage there for Steve.
Coleman's gone for any out. He's forced his way through there. Yes, Cole.
Connell up to P8 on those soft tyres. That strategy is going to work out well for him, but he needs to make up ground quickly, which he has done, to be fair, up 6 places from the start.
Fredo's there. KV.
Meanwhile, back at the front, we've got Thomas hounding the rear of that.
Blades round.
Blades, no!
With, I don't know if it was a Ferrari or Racing Point, I couldn't tell.
I think it'll have been KV because he's dropped down.
It was, no, it was between Remco and KV, or one of the two, I don't know.
Yeah, Tichy still leads then as we enter the second lap of the race. Thomas right behind him, but closer to that is Rick on the back of Thomas. Will ride on board as we ride up towards turn 2.
So Cole's made up 6 places, massive mover.
And then Blade speeding in the pit lane. Rick looking down the inside of Thomas. Who's going to have the drive? You'd think it'd be Thomas round there.
The inside of Stumpy, bit of contact with both of them.
I would jump to it, but I'm watching Rick go down the inside of Thomas into turn 3. Is he close enough to really go for it? He's going to lean on it, but I think the Merc's going to stay in front.
Oh, Fredo and Cookie are having this one out.
Yeah, Cookie's forced to run wide, and Fredo will take the position, but keep an eye out for that Racing Point behind, who's going to slide up the inside of Cookie, but I think he'll just hold him off. Indeed he does. Let's go back to the battle for...
Struggling.
Yeah. Steve's round! Steve's gone! He's just kept himself out of the wall, but he's going to have to go into the pits now. Lost the back end on the exit of the final of the penultimate corner even. Just managed to keep his front wing out of the wall, so no damage there. I believe that's medium tyres that have gone on. Indeed it is. So he's now set if the race somehow stays dry.
Conal Sygate, hello. Oh, Conal running outside.
Go on. Go on, Connell. Great driving from the Irishman. Up to P6 now, 8 places higher than he started. He's a man on a mission at the minute.
Stumpy's dropping off. That's nearly a second in a lap already.
Yeah, but has Stumpy... First of all, has he got any damage? No.
Fredo, Cookie's going around the... Oh, Cookie don't. No, Cookie, don't hang it there.
Yeah, I wonder if Stumpy's gone for a much more wet-oriented setup. And Connell, for example, has gone for a dry one because he's flying. He's going for a move already on Stumpy. In fact, he's got him. End of lap 3. Connell up 9 places on merit alone. Yep. And he's just set the fastest lap of the race.
That's something like that, boys.
And I think the rain's coming. Yeah, the rain's coming down. The rain is falling. So when are we going to get the crossover point? Meanwhile, Thomas having a look at Tichy for P1. Who's going to have the drive? Let's not discount Rick from this battle either. He's got DRS on Thomas. He's going to go around the outside of him. He's going to get himself boxed in. He's going for a double move. No way! Oh, he's pulled it off! Go on! Oh! What a move from Manieric to take the lead of the race. Absolutely outstanding move.
That was absolutely disgusting.
He's popped her out. Here he is. Go on, lad. That's up there for overtake of the season. Definitely. So Rick takes the lead then, away from Tichy, who managed to hold off Thomas, but now Roza's right back in the fight with these guys. And he's going to have a look into turn 1. Is he on Thomas? No, he's going to tuck back in. I'm going to have a bit of a drink because I've shouted myself a sore throat there.
I don't blame you, that was absolutely phenomenal.
That was mega.
Whoa, Raycon, there was not a move there, Sunshine.
And Bossman's into the pits. Let's see, what does he go on to? Intermediates for him. So we'll keep an eye on his Delta and see what he's looking like. And in the meantime, I'm going to jump down to Remconin, who is closing up to the back of Cookie. Those medium tyres look like they're coming into play now. Forza Fredo up to 9th, got ahead of Cookie.
Cookie is managing that ERS very nicely.
Yeah, he'll be using it for defence in a straight line. Pureblades is in for Inters as well. Are we going to see the leaders box now? Let's see. No, Rick is carrying on. In fact, the front four are carrying on, as is Connell. Stumpy, Cygate and Raid are carrying on.
Yeah, everyone's carrying on.
Everyone's carrying on at the moment. Pureblades, I would imagine, because I know he's going to be in a party with the likes of Titchy, Stumpy, Rosa.
Stumpy's fighting back by goal.
He is fighting back. Is he going to throw on? No, Cygate covers the inside. So maybe a switch back from Stumpy. Oh, he's kept it in. He's kept it on the island though. Raycon needs to be careful. He had a couple of incidents like that last week.
Raycon and Camping Ducks have come together.
Yep, and there's a Haas over there. And Blades can get that removed if he sends that in afterwards, because I saw what he was doing there. That's fair play. Look at this battle for the lead though. 4 guys within a second of each other. It's just a procession at the minute.
It is not the tyre to be on. They can't get the thing slowed down.
No.
Blades is off again. I mean, that's not 10 seconds to exceed track limits. You just get out of the way.
Yeah, but he needs to be careful getting out of the way, because one more of those and he's finished. It'll get disqualified.
Thomas all over the place.
Yeah, and there we go. Titchy, look, closing in. DRS assistance on the back of Rick. He needs to get this move made. Right comes around. Oh, Rick's gone deep. Rick's gone deep. Titchy will take it, and he's got DRS to defend it. Retaking the lead then for Alfa Romeo.
Rosa.
And Rosa, yeah, he's got past Thomas. Pureblades has retired in the pits, but Rosa's gone deep at turn 3, so Thomas retakes third. And now look at this. Look at Connell. He's right on the. He's back on the back of the leaders.
That is just. They've gone. He's taken like 2 seconds out of them in one lap. That's ridiculous.
The man is flying, and look at his DRS low. He's not even pushing all flat out. I think we've got a lot of guys coming in at the pits though.
They're coming in. They're all coming in.
Yeah, they are. Rick has carried on. Rick has carried on. Roz has carried on. Connell's carried on, which means Cookie will be coming in.
Oh, Cygate's in, and there's going to be a double stacking stop at Mercedes again. Probably this the other week.
Bossman left the session. Let's have a look.
And that's not good because you were chasing down Camping Ducks.
It was quite close to him as well, and those fresh inters would have been working well for him. Let's hope he can get back in.
DRS disabled, Danny.
Yep, good timing.
That's why Rick and Roz have just gone off in the same place.
Oh, they got deep at turn 3. Let's see, Rick on the brakes then for. Oh, that's not stopping. Connell made the move on Rosa, and he's kept it on the island, but only just, and he's allowed the McLaren back through. Stumpy's the man who I think is going to lose out most from this.
Oh, look at that. Titchy's just reining them in already.
Yeah, I mean, Steve as well. Look, Steve's going to be in trouble. Oh, and look, oh no, Raycon's had ended up on hard tyres.
Oh no.
So we're going to have. Yeah, we're going to have a stack at Red Bull.
Camping Ducks pitted for mediums, and then he's just pitted again for inters. Oh, Steve just about keeps it on the island. Jesus.
Alright, let's see if we can get a leapfrog in the pits then. McLaren versus Toro Rosso. They've got the Haas boys in there as well. Oh, the Haas gets held by Stumpy.
No.
But who got out?
Rick's been held.
Yeah, Ross has leapfrogged Rick in the pits to take third. Will he keep third? That's the question.
I thought he got help behind Connell as well.
Maybe he did.
Oh, Forza Fredo has made an advantage out of this, and Titchy Thomas. 4 seconds.
Yeah, and
So runs D.
he's going to keep it there though. Steve's into the pits. And he's had a set of softs put on.
He's run deep as well. They're all struggling with that turn 3.
Yeah, all struggling under braking. So,
This is
Stumpy and Cygate come together. That was aggressive defending from Cygate there, and there's wing damage now on the Alfa Romeo, and that could be race over for Stumpy.
I'm just going to say, Steve, it's raining.
I think he's come in and tried to put inters on, and it's just not let him.
Both the Red Bulls not on tyres.
Yeah, no, I think there's been some sort of unfortunate.
Thomas nearly goes into the back of Tichy in turn 1.
Yeah, Blades reports dry spell in about 10 minutes.
So for these guys, it's all about just keeping the thing on the track.
Yeah, and apart from Blades penalties for getting out of the way, we've not had. I'm not surprised. Dry tyres in this track. Oh,
what?
That's not fair for Steve. But unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. That's a shame for Steve. That's really unfair.
I mean, let's be honest. He's gone from unlucky to slightly unlucky to very unlucky to poor guy needs some help.
To horrendous, yeah.
It's not his fault. So gap to second coming down. 3 seconds down.
Yeah, we're on board with Tichy now, leading the race. Thomas close behind, but no DRS assistance, of course. Crucially in the rain. No one really within striking distance except maybe KV on Remconin.
He's just made a mistake until the last corner. Just half a second. He wanted the car to go right, and the car just wanted to go left.
Yeah. Let's see if Thomas can get anywhere near. Just a reminder, everybody, that we want to try and hit 50 viewers by the end of the stream, please. So if there's anyone in your house that you can annoy and prod and make watch the stream, even if it's just for 10 minutes or so, let's try and get them in here, because me and Matt want to have the record, both for 2019 and forever.
I mean, I'm not overly fast, but you are.
Be quiet, Matt. This is okay. Our achievement.
Your achievement. Anyway.
No. We want to take it off Thomas and Blades, and we want to take it off Lewis and Perry.
Don't care, Thomas is
yeah, I know. I'm watching. I'm on board. He's having a sniff into turn 1. Oh, he's made contact. Needs to let the Alpha go and does so. We'll allow him that one. It's tricky out there.
Ross has brought it down by another second. Rick is in 4th. Cole's still holding his own. Fredo's actually holding his own.
Yeah, both of those guys doing well. Maybe that's indicative of the times they set in qualifying. Wet setups for them. Other than Connell was lightning off the start. In fact, he's made up 9 places from the beginning of the race.
So this is by far his best performance so far in contest speed.
Just on board with Raycon. Is he going to... Yeah, he's coming back into the pits. I mean, I'm not going to pull him up for that one, because keeping those things on the island is a nightmare. Oh dear. Oh, that's why. I just wonder. He just flew into the pits. Thinking, ooh. That's fair enough. That's unlucky for Redcon. He's been done over by his pit crew there. Both Red Bull guys have. Which is unfortunate. Still with Thomas as he closes onto the back of Tichy. Ricky will be having nightmares about a move up here. He's looking for it. He's put his car there. not got the drive though. He's having to tuck back in behind. Got yellows in sector 1.
It's Raycon's car.
Ah, Raycon's car. Okay. And Thomas again looking down the inside. Forces Tichy off the road. And he'll have to give that one back, I think.
I mean, that's going to be difficult now.
He's going to have to concede the lead, I think, to both Rosa and then to Tichy, yeah.
Exactly. And if he's not careful, it's going to have to be Rick as well, because Rick is
closing in, yeah. Tichy having a sniff back at Rosa.
Whoa!
And they've entered one another.
Ah, my eyes.
This is why we're a PG channel, everybody.
Ah. What? Have I just watched? Oh, that was interesting to say the least.
I'm going to move away from these two because this is starting to become ridiculous. Although there's no one else really in the position to overtake apart from KV again, but
Tichy got held. Full drift there.
Yeah. If you're Tichy though now, you've got to exercise some sort of mental strength to keep yourself calm, because that was 2 places he's lost unjustly.
I think keeping yourself calm is a bit of an understatement.
Yeah. I mean, we both know that we'd be livid if we were in that situation.
I don't think livid for you would be the right word either, but you know.
I know, I would be
not too pleased.
Extremely angry. There's a reason I don't share my audio on any of my footage. Oh. Okay, that's blank, what's wrong with it?
Oh, Thomas run deep, and also...
no, I don't think he's going to be close enough to have a sniff.
The one point I would add is, you know, I don't want to disrespect any drivers that obviously race here and everything, but he's had previous, let's put it this way, this season, Thomas, with his racecraft, shall we say.
Yeah, he seems to be desperate to get past people when really he just needs to be a little bit more patient. I mean, he's got a lot better, but still.
Especially when you know the weather conditions isn't great for both you and your fellow
drivers, yeah.
To think about it a bit more.
Oh, Tichy! Tichy's round!
Tichy.
He's going to have to try and spin that car back round, and preferably without putting it in the wall.
Yeah, but no, it's not going to spin round.
We might see
left hand down, right hand down, left hand down.
Tichy, he's going to come in. New front wing and new tyres, please. For the Alpha Man, and that's...
I mean, let's be honest,
challenging.
He's not slightly pissed off now.
Yeah, well, that, in all fairness, that was his own mistake. Ran wide onto the AstroTurf.
Saving grace, by the way, Danny. There's no rain.
Oh, and he's going on to dry tyres. You might be right here. This might be an accidental masterstroke. We'll keep an eye on the Delta. Camping Ducks is in as well.
Yeah.
And we'll see what he goes on to.
I'm just saying, if he's quick as he was earlier on dry tyres and he's currently sitting in 4th, I'm waiting to see what Connell can do.
I'm with you on that, yeah. DRS is enabled. Thomas has gone too far. Thomas is going to lose out massively here.
Fredo's in, Sidegate is in, they're all in, they're all in. Cookie's gone on.
Yeah, because Rosa's in. Can't stack the stop.
Is it worth it though?
Probably not, but it's probably more worth it than staying out a lap longer on dries in wet conditions.
I mean,
so
Remco's gone along as well, but he doesn't. That's because Bossman's in the pits. This is
Now, this is where strategy comes into play. So, all the guys on mediums will be able to go to the end. However,
where are you gonna come out?
the guys on softs, Connell's on softs, that surprises me.
I thought he would go mediums.
I would have gone mediums if I was him.
Also, I don't think he's got many soft tyres left. Maybe with the softer balance. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't. He won't be able to get them to the end, but the medium guys will definitely go to the end. It's just whether or not we can get any higher up the pack. I mean, last year in Tier 2 we saw two different strategies play out towards the end of the race, and it was Varamir on the well, then Ultra Soft, and then MP, Donamo and myself on softs, which would have been hards until the end.
So you've got mediums. Right, let's see where Rosa is.
Where's Thomas?
Close, you know?
I think Thomas is going to keep this.
Oh, it's going to be very tight.
He's going to keep this.
Somehow.
If you're Rosa now, you... Yeah, I mean, I know the overcut's big, but I didn't think it was that big. If he meant it, fair play to Thomas.
He's gone deep into turn 3 again, and Connor's got DRS.
Up to 4th already, after that mishap for Tichy. He's going to have a much better exit here than Rick. The track's still damp though, loses the back end a touch. Let's see what's been going on in the chat.
If Sygate and Connor have got to pit again, this brings a certain McLaren back into the fold as well.
It certainly does. Pureblade's giving us the weather report. He says no more rain expected. The pre-race forecast was dry, wet, dry, wet.
Rick, by the way, Danny.
Yeah, he has. I just clocked that in the corner of my eye.
Just saw the end of it.
And we've got blue flags out there for someone.
Flag.
So Rick is outside DRS as well. Oh no, he's got it. He's got it.
Oh, Thomas runs deep.
This should be a change of leader. DRS for the McLaren. And he's on the inside. Simple move.
This is a bullet in a straight line. Sygate has got
I'll tell you what, I might be trying to borrow Connell's setup for tomorrow at the minute, because that young man is on fire.
I just completely just shot out the corner. I was like, whoa, where are you going?
And Cookie with 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's not the only one. I will do a penalty check in about 5 laps time.
Yeah, I know Connell's got one.
Rick's got one, I think. Thomas may have one. So, familiar.
There's another one for Connell. Remconen's got one.
There's like 3 at once. That was, I think that was Rick, Connell, and
And Thomas is losing ground on Rosa here. DRS is the only thing keeping him in the window right now. It's only keeping him in range.
So a familiar story up front. McLaren leading our race.
Oh,
Tier 3.
Sick of it this season. I know, it's not even just Tier 3 though, is it?
No.
It's like we had Tier 2 as well with Robin and Jacob. And then Tier 1 won last week.
Oh, Thomas just picked up 3 seconds. That's a lazy one to pick up as well.
Yeah. Yeah, then we had a Tier 1 McLaren win with Carlsbury last week at Singapore.
That was fantastic. That was such a great race.
Yeah, you boys did well commentating that one. Connell just starting to drop back a bit, and I wonder if those tyres are starting to lose their effectiveness for him. And
he's not losing in the gap though between Rick and Cygate, so in terms of that overall time, it's about the same. So
is it just a case of Rick putting the hammer down?
Rick is running a much higher mode and has got a little bit less at his disposal.
And you say he's not losing ground. Oh yeah, retakes the lead. You say that. Yeah, you say Connell's not losing ground to Cygate, but he is losing ground to Forza Freddo behind him.
And here we go, Rick and Connell. Rick comes it round the outside.
And he'll take it.
If I'm being honest, and he takes that one back. Oh.
Slides back underneath it. What happened there? Did Rick just run?
On the inside, and the corner wanted to spin back out.
Ooh.
You underwear, please?
Yeah, definitely. I thought he'd gone a bit too far on that penultimate corner there as well.
Freddo is he's still then got to do another 15 laps on those tyres, and they're going to get pretty disgusting by the end.
Yeah, he is going to have to stop again, I think, isn't he? Oh no, they're used mediums. They must be used because he must have. Yeah, they must be used. Because there's no way he was running in the wet on those tyres.
Give me a second. It's the ones he used in the first stint. So he's put them back on.
I suppose then he can put the softs on and go to the end, but then why would you not just go soft?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he has just set his personal best in the first sector in this lap already.
Fair enough. I mean, he's got DRS on Cygate, so that might be where the pace is coming from.
It's a fuel there's a couple marginal on fuel. Thomas's one, Roz has just got out of it. Freddo's on the limit. There's a couple marginal on fuel. Interesting.
Just on board with Rick, he doesn't look particularly confident on the throttle, you know.
I mean, that's going to be pretty... Oh, it gives him the squeeze though.
Oh, and a nudge there. Throwbacks to Ricky and Smarto at the top of the hill.
Don't. Please. I've never heard such volume come from one's mouth in a race. I mean, thanks, because it benefited me to my best finishing cards, but, you know.
Well, yeah. There's Ricky, let's not talk about that incident. If you're a COS original, you'll know what we're talking about. If not, have a look back. Season 2, Tier 2, Austria. It cleared me a path for the podium, actually. So, I'm not going to complain about it.
Just noticing, I believe Cygate is now holding up Freddo because Cookie is closing in.
Yeah, I think you'd be right, and Freddo will be looking to make a move.
3 seconds.
Yeah, that's 6 now for him. 6 for Connell as well. Let's go on board with Forza Freddo then. Cygate defending when he really didn't need to. And he's allowed Freddo right onto the back of him. Freddo's going to take the outside. Maybe try and switch back on the Mercedes, who squeezes him. Not quite close enough for the American.
Actually, Cygate, for someone who does pick up a few penalties, only got one warning, so doing a good job on that front.
Yeah, he is. And
so keep him in tension.
Just in the battle for the lead right now, Rick has got ahead of Connell.
Yes, but he's kind of dragging him with him.
He is.
I've noticed that as well. And Cookie's now in DRS window as well of Freddo, so we've got a battle for the lead, battle for
P5, yeah. And then the rest looking to pick up the pieces if anything should go wrong. Imagine if we've got a safety car now. Oh, imagine the last 10 laps that'd give us.
Carnage?
Wow. Certainly, yeah, it certainly would be up there.
Just having a look down the field, both Ferraris have had the same issue.
Well, the only reason that they'd have that is if they only picked...
A softest compound. Oh, Fredo runs deep.
Yeah, he had a look.
Back underneath.
And that brings Cookie back into play.
That looked a bit laggy.
Yeah, it did.
That's what possibly Sargate's but
yeah, the only reason the Ferraris would have that is if they were on the softer...
in the middle of the track, why not?
Yeah, is if they were on the softer tyre selection.
By the way, they've dropped 2 seconds off the back of Kona in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, well, Sargate's defending for his life at the minute.
Here comes Cookie. Dun, dun, dun.
No, he's in the DRS train, he doesn't want to have a look at this. He wants to be careful. Oh, Cookie, no, Cookie, no. Don't try the double. Oh, Thomas blocks him off.
Thomas.
I think Cookie might be able to get that warning removed. Oh, great shot if he pulls this off.
Wow.
Oh, that's... Whoa.
That is...
Oh, and then Fredo breaks.
Fredo's trying
Oh.
to let Sargate back through, that's why, and Cookie...
Then gets past him as well.
Yeah.
I think all's well that ends well for that one,
what
but
Fredo was doing, but didn't realise how... Oh, Thomas is round.
he needs to be, yeah, I'm watching. He needs to be careful where he is though, because he's got his teammate coming up behind him.
And he's got this battle. Oh, here we go.
Those tyres are going to be cooked. He wants to be careful at turn 1.
He's got no ERS either. Oh, it's going to be close.
I'm interested to see what happened to him.
He's on KD.
Here comes Cookie. He's going to be he's in the Mercedes box. Can't do much from there, but he'll get DRS to attack Sargate with, but he's got it from his teammate to defend. Sargate lets him on the inside. He's got no defence for that position, and Cookie takes it. And now he goes hunting after the other Mercedes. Cookie on a great fight back here, if he can keep this up. Connell, meanwhile, in 3rd position after Thomas's spin. He's in a bit of a race of his own right now.
Yeah, he's just dropping off the back of these two. I think he's taking its toll trying to keep up with the pace up front.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see him come in maybe this time round.
Can he go for softs again?
There's no reason why he can't. Even if they've got a quali run on them, he's got enough time now to get to the end to be the same life.
Only 1 lap on them.
Yeah, I'd go on him. He wants to come in sooner rather than later though, unless he's going to try and stretch these. Yeah.
Now.
Especially while Rick and Roz are going to be fighting, with Rick now in DRS of him.
Also the 3 behind him as well. Fighting away.
Yeah, this is Connell's time. He needs to box now. If he's listening, Connell, come on, box now.
He's lost a second on that. Needs
To 37 viewers. Come on, guys. Pure Blades reporting. Jeff says rain in 10 to 15. So at the end of the race, we might see some more.
They should just miss it. Although we don't want them to.
2 Spells just resubscribed. Thank you very much, Mr. Wizard.
Stumpy's got caught the back of Fredo.
He has. And Connell is in.
Oh, he's coming. Good man.
Don't speed, don't speed, don't
Stop.
speed.
Oh!
Oh!
It was so close. He was like 2 cars an hour out.
Second set of subs.
Yeah, I did think he had some.
Yeah. And away goes Connell.
5 seconds is going to hurt.
That is going to hurt a lot.
I'll tell you what, it cost me a point last week. That's going to cost Kyle a few.
Yeah, let's see how it pans out towards the end. Stumpy, meanwhile, is back up to P6. Fighting with Forza Fredo.
Give him a squeeze.
Ooh, a little bit of contact between the two, but everything's alright. And Cookie dives down the inside of Thomas. Will he hold it?
On the charge.
Oh, can Thomas get the switch back on him? Cookie covers him off. But Thomas is having a look into there. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm clenching.
Jesus.
Oh! Steady on, lads.
Still 7 laps to go, don't worry about it.
Yeah, KV, fastest lap of the race in P13.
Jesus Christ. Oh, we're going to need something alcoholic after that one.
Yeah, stiff brandy of some sort would be ideal. Cookie, 8.8 seconds back to Rick. I doubt he's going to catch that up in the time he's got left. Collins picked up another 3 seconds, so now he's on 14 seconds worth of penalties in total.
It's going to hurt him.
It is.
I don't want it to, because he's driven actually one of the best races he's had since he's been here.
Yeah, probably the best race he's had since he's been here. I would argue driver of the day performance if he can, if he didn't have so many penalties. I mean, it still might be. It's not up to me.
Rick hasn't. Actually, Rick's still there.
He's holding on, isn't he? He was within at one point, but not quite been able to keep it there.
Let's have a quick look at the old penalty situation out front. Roger is 1 warning away from penalty, and Rick is on 1 penalty. So
at the minute,
time for Rick to possibly snatch it.
Put the hammer down. Cookie, meanwhile, working to pull away from Thomas, but it's not quite enough.
Cavy's out Jack Millsy for P12. Millsy fighting back or thought about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to jump across Thomas. Another penalty. That's going to cost him a fair bit.
Is that 9?
Yep, it's 9 for him.
I'm loving this battle for P12. I like the battle step further down the field. It gets a bit spicy.
Ooh, Millsy's had a look there. It's as we're approaching the hour mark on the stream. In fact, I think we've just gone over it. Indeed we have. We're a couple of minutes over. But, we hope you're all enjoying yourselves. If you are, make sure you like the stream, follow us. I said like the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Twitch, follow. You can subscribe as well if you like. You can donate if you are feeling very generous. All is welcome. Oh, come on, Ron, get your Google Translate out. That we mean to the poor Ben. Oh, Millsy's gone very deep. Ooh.
Look at the stamp percent. Oh, on the way.
I mean, look at the leaders. Look at the leaders. Yeah. Just clock that one. Rick closing back in.
Roger is under severe pressure. He's minimal on fuel and on ERS.
Yeah, and Rick's going to try around the outside. Shocking camera angle, but Rick retakes the lead of the Grand Prix. However, penalties put him behind Roger at the moment.
Roger, you need to stay within 3 seconds. That's all you've got to do. Keep your car on the track. Another victory will be heading your way, sunshine. Let's see who's made the most positions.
Don't listen to Ricky, everybody. Do what you like. Subscribe or donate. We don't mind how much comes to us. We just want you to feel like you can support us if you want to. We don't do this for money. We do this for the fun of it. If we make money in the process, that's all the better for us.
Who's this Ricky they speak of?
He's a myth. He's an urban legend.
Apparently. Legend has it.
Legend has it. He can eat 4 KFC buckets in 10 minutes.
I mean, if he does. Just the thought of 4 KFC buckets.
Some colonel.
He is, isn't he?
Well, all we know is it's Ricky Cardo TV.
I mean, let's be honest. Cue the demonetisation on that.
Get sued by the BBC for Top Gear. Oh, Remconin and Forza Fredo having a battle, and that's Remconin through.
Fredo's tyres are non-existent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised he's doing as well as he has done. Connell, meanwhile, not got the pace we saw early on from him.
No, it says they've only been on for 4 laps.
Oh, Stumpy and Cygate going side by side.
I'm not running outside. Stumpy, stop it.
He's going for it. He's trying it. Cygate's tyres are doing well. considering. I mean, I don't think he'll get. I'll be surprised if he gets the end on him.
Oh, Titchy, you've let the family down.
You have one penalty. Good grief. Stumpy up towards turn 2 or 3. Oh, he's on the grass. That's going to affect his braking.
Oh, they hit each other. Oh, Conor and Fredo hit each other, sorry. I was looking further down.
Yeah, they did as well. And Connor's got DRS to escape.
I don't know, but it's just going to get sent down the inside. We'll know that for a fact.
Oh, Thomas and Cookie going back at it as well.
Oh, down there, it was squeezed through. Connor's, I think, just got through. Oh no, he's got front wheel damage, disaster.
Well, I can't jump to that. I was just jumping back across the side gate. Not to Thomas and Cookie even. Thomas has got back into third. Cookie's hunting him.
Fredo's going for squeeze. Oh, he's got front wheel damage as well. Oh, this is disastrous.
This could all play into the hands of Connell then.
Oh, he's got front wheel damage as well.
Oh. Drama at the end of this race. 2 laps to go.
Fredo and Stumpy were being greedy. I'm joking, they're not. They were just. One was going for a move, and the other one. Stumpy's got front wheel damage. I'd love to know who instigated that move because it's affected 3 people's races.
Well, we'll find out at the end, no doubt. Remconin and Forza Fredo back at it. Remconin round the outside. Has to run off the circuit, but will he have to drive in a straight line? Fredo has DRS.
On the track, he's got nothing.
Well, if he's running low downforce to begin with, then it might not matter. Remconin's held it, and the rain's coming down again.
Oh no. The last thing we need. Brazil 2008.
Oh yeah. All I want to say is that both McLarens in prime position to make a move.
Yes,
on the final lap.
I'd love to see it.
He's gone for it.
He may not make 40 seconds, but I love the dedication to the cause.
Will Rosso go for the move, or will he sit for second place?
He's going to line it up, I reckon.
Will Cookie sit for 4th, or will he go for the 3rd and the podium on track?
Oh, don't have some sense, Cookie. I know you struggle, son. Oh, alright, go deep, that's fine. Your choice. Oh, room coming with Fredo. Connor's there as well. Ooh.
Connor's going for it. He's going for it.
He's going for it.
Oh, there's contact. Fredo's round. Remconin's in there. There's a Alpha running wide.
I mean, if that was none of Connor's fault, I'm going to say justice has been served.
I mean, he's through. Whatever you say, he's through. Whether it's fair or not, we'll find out afterwards, but he's through for now.
Backing off, by the way.
Yeah, he is. He's going to take it on penalties as Rick comes across the line. But Rosa will take the win in Austria. Now, who will get 3rd place out of Thomas?
Oh, he's lost it.
That's Camping Ducks. And Cookie takes 3rd on penalties. Thomas drops to 4th. He will keep it. Sygate is a fair way back.
Go! He's trying to get 5th on track.
He's going to get it, I think, as well. He's going to get it on the line. But he's dropping back with penalties. Look at that. Look how it's affected him. Oh, he's down again.
Oh no! He's not going to drop out the points.
No, Millsy's too far back, but he's dropped 5 places because of his penalties. Oh.
Oh, you know what? He picked up 1, 2, 3, 4. He picked up 2 penalties on the last lap. Wow. 3. He picked up 5 lots of penalties in 9 laps.
Oh, that's not good.
One being a 5 second, and that completely. Oh, that's demoralising.
Yeah, that is a shame. Millsy's the last man across in P11. And there we have it. I was going to say that I was going to skip interviews tonight, but I'm not going to because it's the last race before Christmas for Contest of Speed. well, tier 3 anyway. We've got the rest of the tiers this week as well. So there we have it. Rosa takes the victory here in Austria as we go into the winter break, with Rick in second and Cookie in third. Another double McLaren podium. A Mercedes 4.5 will do them no harm at all. Remcon in P6 after starting at the back, so good result for him in the end. Stumpy P7, Forzafredo P8, Tichy P9, and Connell gets himself a point in P10, but it could have been so much more had he not got those 20 seconds of time penalties. Wow. Millsies just misses out in P11 with KV and Camping Docks in 12th and 13th. Your DNFs are Bossman, Raidcon, Pureblades and Steve. Fastest lap was KV, so no bonus points to be given out. We'll get the top 3 in for an interview shortly, but in the meantime I'm going to run an ad real quick, so we'll see you in about 60 seconds, everybody. Let's get him in here. So welcome back, everybody. We'll get these guys in for some interviews very shortly. That is if you have seen the ad. Of course, you may not have done.
Who knows?
You never know. Here he is, a race winner. Rosa's in.
Gets better and better.
Certainly does. Double McLaren podium again.
Oh, he's back as well. Oh.
Have I got him?
I'm absolutely fuming.
Why is that?
Why is that, Cookie?
Well, because when Codemasters decide to implement DRS failures into qualifying round Austria, where you've got about a 48 million% chance of it being open when it fails, so you can't do qualifying for 10 pissy minutes.
Yeah, but
You should do a one-shot qualifying, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
No.
Whatever. Oh, okay.
Be fine. You managed, you got third.
I mean, there goes my question then. He's already answered it.
Mm.
How bad are Codemasters at making multiplayer games? I'd say about 10 out of 10.5. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
It was more the fact of why were you so low down in qualifying, but now I know, so thank you.
My back wing decided it wasn't going to play.
Fair enough.
My triangle button was working, and I've tested it plenty of times since, and that definitely wasn't the problem. Jeff trying to hammer it down my throat as well also sort of got on my nerves. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
You're on the podium, you know?
Yeah.
I think Les Miserables, blah 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 blah,
Sorry,
is on
do you
the
want to go
cards
again?
tonight. Les Mis is on the cards tonight. Watch that, naked.
Do you know what? I don't want to know.
What?
I don't want to know.
Eating salted popcorn because I don't deserve sweet.
I mean, this is by far the weirdest interview you've done so far.
We've not even asked him anything. He's just going for it, isn't he? I mean, you could just complete the middle-aged breakdown set with a tub of Haagen-Dazs and a giant bar of dairy milk.
I'm getting the Marmite and Halloumi.
Like, you're serious.
I don't even like Marmite, I'm just going to smear it all over my body. And cry.
Do you know what? I'm gonna get all the others out of the way first, and then we'll let you sit and rant for a bit. Because it's just beyond weird. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll try to clean myself.
Alright, we'll go to second place first. Rick, feel free to answer in Dutch if you want, but just talk us through your race, man. How was that for you?
Yeah, I going to the Netherlands because my English is too bad, sorry.
Go for it.
Ja, het was echt bizar race. Het was lap 1 had ik Rosa geluk gewoon, dus daar stond ik mooi derde, kon ik mijn eigen tempo rijden. En ja, die regen, dat was echt niks aan. Dat bepaalde ik echt van wat het was. Maar ja, gewoon een super toffe race gereden. En nice, how do you say that? Shit.
I don't know that shit. I don't know much Dutch, however.
I know it. Nice fighting with Rosa, so that was difficult.
Rosa.
Yeah. So no, fair enough. I mean, we were seeing you towards the end of the race just sort of drop away from Rosa a little bit, and then you clawed it back. Was that just natural pace you got at the end of the race, or?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Maybe Rosa can answer that for us.
I have no idea either.
Fair enough.
I've got an idea.
I don't want to hear your idea. I don't trust your idea to be PG.
I'd say Rick's pace was a lot better than mine towards the end.
Yeah, fair play.
He had great traction coming out of corners. I don't know if you saw last like couple of laps, but I just couldn't towards the end. So I was just like,
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like it.
Yeah. Rick, your overtake, your double overtake at turn 3.
That was stupid.
That was unreal.
Stupidly good.
Absolutely unreal.
I tried to do the same thing.
Yeah,
That was a mess. That's what that was, a mess. And I tried it again, and then it was another mess, an even bigger mess.
Yeah, I mean, that overtake, we caught it all on stream so you can watch it back. That is definitely overtake of the season so far, I think.
Nice.
What about all the ones I put on Rosa?
Yeah, no one cares about them. Most of those are just you shouting, Rosa! Get out of the way!
not really
No.
overtakes.
Where's the proof?
Rosa, is that what he does?
We've got proof.
Yes. Basically.
Right, that's it.
So we've got proof. I'm just going to dig out the America race and
I didn't say
expose.
anything in that.
Alright, okay. Sure.
But anyway, Rick, congratulations, P2. Nice job and brilliant overtaking.
Thanks.
Well done, Rick.
Rosa, first place. Victory then before the Christmas break.
Yeah. Woo! Oh, that was a quality race as well. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, nice bit of variety with the weather change.
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit awkward from the start because had that thing going on with Tichy where his car wasn't there.
Yeah.
My head hurts looking at that.
Yeah, I was just like, oh dear. So we were just basically talking to each other every lap, telling us where each other are. It's like, he's like basically saying he's next to Thomas the whole time. I was just like, right, okay. Yeah. Oh, the rain really. I didn't really enjoy going back into the softs, to be honest.
No?
I wasn't sure where. Obviously, you know where
You went back onto the softs?
not softs, the mediums.
That's a shame. No wonder you were terrible. I think I've found the answer to why Rick was faster than Rosa at the end of the race.
But yeah, I just didn't know where to obviously push and went up to after the rain for a little bit, but then obviously I got back into it.
Yeah. Yeah, fair play. No, you did well. Especially, I mean, Thomas fell away from that battle, but I think you two would have had him on penalties either way. I think he ended up with 9 seconds at the end.
He did.
Yeah, he did really well actually. We were having some good battles on the straights. I know I can only assume ERS was gone because I was getting past
Can only assume. We've got clear evidence of. Blades, has he got ERS? No. He's on less than 10%. Thanks, Blades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was way different.
Yeah. It's a shame about Connell as well. He was lightning at the start.
Yeah, I've also had a message from Connell. Says thanks to commentators for the kind words. My pick who put the softs on instead of the mediums.
Ah, that's what it was.
Oh, that just makes it worse. I'm sorry.
That's such a shame.
But yeah, when we saw after like 3 laps and he was there, it was actually quite surprising.
Good job, the Haas pit crew.
Well, I'm looking forward to that tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. But, yeah, we were. Well, Connor was on for driver of the day, it has to be said, until we saw that he had 20 seconds worth of penalties.
Did he murder someone?
I mean, he probably would have got less of a sentence, to be honest. But, having said that...
You're a lenient judge.
Well, it depends who he killed.
Do I get the Wizard Award?
If you didn't get any penalties, yes, you do get the Wizard Award.
Yes.
Woo!
Congratulations, mate.
Take it.
Forget about the win. The Wizard Award apparently is more important.
Well, the Wizard's back in the chat tonight, so...
I don't know if you saw that last lap, but I flat. I hit a ghost car and it damaged my front wing.
You hit a ghost car.
I hit literally the ghost car. Made my wing amber, and I was just like, I was asking Blades every corner, how far does the gap get in?
Ghost car! Ghost car!
Oh, shout out to Blades as well, he actually did an actual good job of engineering.
No, he didn't.
He's got to be good at something, mate.
He did for me, I appreciated it a lot.
He's got it cracking.
Oh, sorry. That was so easy to...
You can tell I'm the team player out of the team, can't you?
Yeah.
Quick stat, he's not finished the race since Russia.
Look, it's right. Stronger half. Second half is your stronger half of the season, apparently.
Yeah.
Quick stat, no it's not.
What?
Okay, I was going to give him a chance, but alright, just shoot him down.
Well, I'm going to end it there, everybody. So,
Whoa, you haven't asked me a question.
you've answered all the questions already. Alright,
sure?
alright then. Alright, I'll ask you one then.
We'll make it quick, because I need a wee.
Why didn't you win today?
Excellent question.
That is a good question. It's got an easy answer. I was 17 seconds behind the winner, because in time wise, I was actually 17 seconds slower than the winner, which means I didn't win the race. Also,
go on, you continue, here we go.
Blank's dogs barked, right? And
The worst excuse I think.
I don't think anyone heard it in a party or something, but some loud dogs, and I defecated all over the cockpit. It was absolutely minging, and it was just uncomfortable for the rest of the race.
You're chafing a bit.
Not chafing. It's quite wet.
Yeah, I'm definitely ending it there. Thank you all very much for watching. We will see you on the 6th of January for the return of Tier 3 live from Monaco for round 11. So we can't wait to see you all there. If you want to see some more Contest of Speed, to get yourself a nice little fill up before the winter break, you've got Tiers 2 and 1 tomorrow and Wednesday respectively. No, because you'll be commentating tomorrow.
Sorry?
Yeah,
After what you've heard today?
yeah, be fine. And then
Alright,
America's
fine.
tier at 9 PM Eastern on Thursday.
I might wee on my toe to celebrate.
I'm not interested in understanding or knowing what you're doing with your urinary habits. If you're interested in joining the COS team, make sure you keep an eye out on social media. We'll be putting a couple of posts out over the Christmas break. And also, this seems a good time to advertise, we will be competing in a 24-hour charity event this coming Saturday. It kicks off at 2 p.m. Contest of Speed will be hosting it on Twitch, but it will be live on a separate channel. You can also find that on our Twitter feed as well. Make sure you go over there and follow those guys and give us some support when we get going. We will see you then. Have you seen it?
I've just seen Rick's overtake. Fair play. That was great.
What about the plugs?
I'm not doing any more plugs.
We need South African drivers, Australian drivers, Russian drivers. If you live in a country far, far away, we need you as a driver. Or a commentator, go for it. Or film crew, get a film crew in.
What, just document the life of Cookie?
We need editors.
I hope Cookie gets banned for this.
Yes, you won't be commentators right now.
No, it's all right. I've just gone on the I've just gone on the home screen so no one can hear what he's saying. So, once again, everybody, thank you very much for watching. We will see you after Christmas. Good night.
I think I did the plugs.